It's like my fifth pack. It's like my fifth pack.
Alrighty, so this is the stowing station. As you can see, I cleared that baby out, and the person that should be refilling it is the water spider. I tried to upgrade to the water spider, but we'll talk about that later. But look at this. One day it was too many stowers, and so they sent me somewhere else, and as you can see, it was a long walk. It's called Inbound, and it was pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed that position, but let me tell you, I never was able to do it again. They told me no 1,000 times, but hey, look at the new hires. I get to say that because I've been here 30 days. So after 10 hours of working, this is my view on the way home. I really had to ask myself, like, yo, yes, this is entertaining, but do I want to see this type of stuff every day? So that was like the welcome to Baltimore sturdy. This is what you get. And so that like really made me think, oh my goodness, like I am becoming an adult on my own. I'm like literally needing a career goal at this point. Instead of like regular life goals that I already had in place, now I need a career goal. And then I'm like, do I want to be here in 10 years? Do I want to be here in 5 years? That moment waiting on the bus was the moment where I was like, is this gonna be my life? And I started applying to Apple, I started applying to Wayfair, I started applying to airline jobs, and I'll have videos on that too, but I ended up getting fired. But before I got fired, we had a birthday celebration, which was very cool. Check it out. I'll tell you about why I got fired later, but let's bring back the first later point, which was stowing to water spider. So I was stowing, and it was people there that said they had been there for like 2 years, and I could believe it, but seeing myself do it, I kind of was like, like, because after like 4 hours, I kind of be like goofy, like kind of like wanting to mess around with somebody, or like, you know, laugh, or like, you know, get off task. So it was just like, you know, I would like a job that allows me to move. So the water spider is the one who fills up the station, like I was showing you earlier. And if you knock it down pretty quickly before the water spider comes back around, it'll say low in work, and you can report that or whatever, so you don't have like time off task. It's TOT. Right, so I noticed that started happening a lot. So I was like, you know, I pointed that out. I was like, so can I become a water spider? I asked, and the two people, like my ambassador, learning ambassador, said no. They were like, you have too much TOT. And then the person above him, like the main one, she was like, no. She said no as well. But what they both told me, which they shouldn't have told me, they told the wrong person this, they told me who makes the final decision. So I went to him. You know, like a kid goes to your mother, can I have a popsicle? Then they go to the father, and they say, if the mom says no, and the father says yes, and you go get the popsicle, and the mother be like, what? I asked him, he was like, I don't see a problem in it. He was like, we'll just start you off. Like, we'll try it out Saturday. And that was like 3 days away. So it wasn't like a, you know, immediate everyday thing, but he was like, you know, we'll try you out this day. And I was like, yes, okay. Ooh. I'm almost about to tell you why I got fired, but I just want to point out a few more things. So some pros were like the perks that I had. Of course, you were able to have the Amazon discount. Like I've already mentioned, they give you the shoes, which I am going to point out a con, and the only con is that you're on your feet all day, which you have like work shoes that you have, like you have the option to wear these work shoes They do like support you on your birthday. Now I'm thinking like moving up, like the career that I have been talking about. But what I do really appreciate is how I could get the job immediately. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, you're moving to this place, you need a job immediately, this is the place to go. I would definitely recommend Amazon. But now I cannot work there again for another, like, I think they said 3 years, but she didn't really know, because I was changing my time in the app. Like I said, I had been getting on the earliest bus possible to get to work, and I was still late, and I would always be late like 7-8 minutes. Like, I would just change it. And I didn't change it at first because I didn't know like how to do it, but it was crazy because a manager taught me how to do it, and I just did it, and I don't know, I got caught, and they were like, who told you? And I was like, I don't know, like, you know. But yeah, they fired me. I had to write a statement up and stuff. Yeah. But so I became a delivery driver, and that's $18 an hour.
So I got fired, but the warehouse gave me this lift home. So with this plus the package I came home to, I couldn't be mad. Here's my pay the whole time I was there. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but y'all, I just ordered a double-end boxing bag. I can't wait to show y'all the setup. But back to the story. Here's the Boxing Bully shirt. That joint looks sick. Make sure y'all get into the brand. Oh, and thank you everybody who watched this last video. 6K views, oh my goodness.
Well, looky here. Look at me pouring a Certo in the Gatorade. And I'm using this size Gatorade because I heard it was a mouth swab drug test. It ended up being a pee test. So I'm glad I forgot my ID, although it was a mission getting there.
Don't forget your ID.
Round 2. So, because it's a urine test, I'm going to use the full-size Gatorade, pouring the entire pack of Certo in there. You can just get it from a grocery store. And yeah, let's get it. I've got a full video on this coming soon. You know I passed that bad boy. Whipping is dipping and flicking and whipping and fricka. So, day 1 of training, we go to the room, we get our little vest and stuff like that. We get a lot of cool gear, and this is the tablet we had to watch our training videos on. You know, I had to go to YouTube and type my name in because I get that, you know. Bow. That's me right there. Okay, so like I said, after about 4 hours, I'd be needing a little break, a little distraction. So I went and made me some coffee, and that thing was free. Look at me. Speaking of free, oh my goodness, that breeze. That was day 2 of training, you know what I'm saying? Look at me flying out. And that ride was nice and smooth. It was a little scary. I had to close that door as soon as I stopped recording. You understand me? I ain't even gonna fake. This was just for the YouTube. And yes, we're going in different apartments with amazing views. I'm talking about, man, I did not know Baltimore had great views like this, yo. I kind of like this job, I ain't gonna lie. But then we ran into some trouble.
I swear, like, I thought that was a bigger dog than it really was, man. You gotta watch out for these dogs, man.
Ew, my shoes came in, I'm stressed. I had to wear them around the house, y'all. I thought I'd join the military or something, but they did help me when I had to go to war. Let me show you.
Fucking ready, bro. I'm as ready as I'm gonna be, bro. Swear to God. Come on.
What if it don't move?
Come on, just pull it up. Just get the trash.
Yo, that was crazy. Like, that joint was up in the air. You should have seen the way it looked at me. It looked at me as if I was in the wrong place. But anyway, so I showed y'all the box and stuff to show you my life outside of work, just to relate. Everybody has a life outside of Amazon, but it happens to be 10-hour shifts. So how do you adjust? How do you preserve your money, right? We need to all be thinking like this, because you see me in the beginning buying 5 packs of fruit snacks in one day. I had to realize, like, yo, okay, so I need to go grocery shopping. Why not buy this 40 pack for me to last, however long, and spend the same amount of money there? Because it actually was, the vending machines were charging me extra because I was using a card and not cash. So every element you need to be like focused for real. I feel like this is the hop-in job when I first moved, where like, all of a sudden, something quick you need, but then you need to get back on your feet, right? I was taught by Tai Lopez that there are 4 pillars of life: health, wealth, love, happiness, right? And you really need to consider these. And some happiness points at Amazon that hit a little bit were these 2 points where I came in finding out that I don't get paid $18 an hour. That's only if you work overnight, but it was like publicized as 18, right? It's also publicized as a sign-on bonus. I'm just in my head like, okay, sign on means when I sign, right? That's the contract. It looks like I'm signing a lot of papers here, in the beginning. So I'm just like, where is it? And they didn't tell me when I get it, so it's not really room for disappointment there. But I did happen to, just be thinking like that. And also, since this is a conclusion in comparison to the delivery job, I also had a similar experience to where they told me that it would be $20.50. We get paid $20.50 an hour, but really it's just in peak season. If you work over 4 days in 1 week, you get an additional $120 added to your check, and that ends in December. So that is 18 originally. So yes, a lot of false advertisement, but we cannot deny that Amazon has become the new college for a fact. Like, their campus, right, would take you hours to walk, like seriously. They have all these people and all these positions that you're able to try after 30 days. They're only like, commit to us for 30 days and we'll give you the opportunity to spread, right? And you did see a little confusion in the beginning of the video where, it is going to be maybe some conflict on the way to promoting or upgrading, whatever you want to call it, moving your way to the top. But you got to fight there, right? Just like some artists come out the cut and start promotion and these press runs to promote for their album that's coming out, I feel like Amazon does the same thing when Prime is on the way. Maybe not Prime, but like peak season. And what I mean by this is I've never heard of a job doing double pay, right? So that's where this big check, this $800 check comes in, because I have double pay and overtime, right? A check that I just got paid from the driving position is $800, right? But this was after 3 weeks of working with them. So you see how much I made per week at Amazon Warehouse, and you see how much I made in 3 weeks, working weekends only, and I got paid for training, which was not on the weekends. So that's that. One really great thing that I want to end off with Amazon is how you're able to really be flexible. You can show up at work whenever you want, kind of. So I was late 3 hours and 19 minutes. I actually took off 3 hours initially, but then I was on the bus and I realized I'm still going to be late. So I just estimated, let me just take 19 minutes. And it was approved immediately. And this was during peak season, so I think you'd have no problem with doing it outside of peak season. But I don't remember why I was late, but boom, I still got paid for it because I had paid time off. And then I did it again when I didn't have paid time off and it was vacation time,
And so what I do recommend is that you save as much time as possible. Not to be able to use it like times like this, because you just need to not be late. But if you do happen to be late or need to miss a day, this is a great time to use it. One thing HR did say is that they could have kept me if I had 5 hours of paid time to give back to them, and I didn't have any paid time available for them to take, so that's why they had to fire me. So saving your time is the best bet. Now with the driver position and elevation, I see the highest positions being indoor, like, you know, regulating everything, the person who scans missed packages, the person who hands out and is dispatch. I see the 16-wheeler driver, and I don't necessarily want to be those. So those higher positions, I'm not sure I want to be in. So I do like how it's on my weekend. Now I'm searching for those jobs that I listed earlier, even care.com, but maybe even Lyft. I do know, like, renting a Lyft car, because I don't have a car, is about like $400 a week in my city. What hit me was the deposit of $300. So once I save up like $700, I think I'll start Lyft. I think that's my way to go for right now, because I don't really want to commit. In the companies that I did want to commit to, like Apple or Wayfair, they did not hire me. So stay tuned for those videos that are coming up, because I am applying to a lot of jobs and I'm sharing the processes with you all. And yeah, subscribe, stay connected. Oh, and by the way, no, really, the comments on the last video, I answered a ton of questions. And there is a lot of information on my last video that I did, so make sure you check that out.